what really happened, what could have been the circumstances. We have an insider almost. Rajiv Rudra is an Indian-born, New York-based entrepreneur. He himself is a golfer. He, in fact, has played golf with Donald Trump on multiple occasions before he became a president and also after he took over as the president. His games with Trump were at the Palm Beach Club in Florida, the precise location where this assassination attempt was foiled. Today, at the club, Trump had a narrow escape when Ryan Ruth, carrying an assault rifle with a telescopic sight, was readying to shoot him. The stretch between holes 5 and 6, are right next to each other, right next to the highway, and Rudra is surprised that proper patrolling wasn't done. Listen.
Mr. Rajiv Rudra, entrepreneur based in New York, and more importantly, a man who plays golf with Donald Trump. You know Donald Trump. You played golf with Donald Trump. You played golf with him at that same place in Palm Beach. Today, when you heard about the incident, what struck you? That you could have been there?
Yes, and what struck me was I was very surprised because the security there at the golf course is extremely tight. But then when I realized the hole where he was playing, or where the gunman was there, that's the hole number 5 and 6. It's basically a par 4 on a 5, and then the 6 is a par 3 over water. And they have a huge hedge, but that hedge is along a very busy road. So from the road, access to the hedge would have been very easy. But I'm very surprised that the security people were not outside the hedge along the road when Trump was playing, especially he was coming around to play that hole. So that surprised me, but again, thank God he's safe. It's a beautiful golf course, and I've played it several times. I've played a couple of times with him. I get invited to play annual Trump Cup. He invites some guests. So yeah, I'm very, very surprised that this happened. A breach of security, I would think.
Yes, and you've played at that golf course many times. You've just told me how beautiful it is.
Right.
What was it like playing with Trump? Is he good? Is he competitive?
Very competitive. I played with him before he was president a couple of times, and then right after he became president, in January, I played the Trump Cup, which was in February. And he was gracious enough to play 9 holes with us. We were with a couple of members. He joked around, just talked golf, no politics. Like he's, golfers know that when you're on a golf course, you kind of trash talk a little bit. Extremely competitive on the green, he picks up his putts, doesn't, hold it in. But, he's a president, he was a president, so he could do. But enjoyable, beautiful golf course, one of the best I've played. He's been very gracious as a host. Again, politics aside, love his golf course.
Well, coming back to today, you would have been extremely surprised, right, that this happened, as you just said.
Yes, absolutely.
And
absolutely. I'm surprised because I've seen the security, especially when he plays. So that is surprising. That is really surprising. And especially that area is very vulnerable. Between hole 5 and 6, it is actually a long par 3, about 180 yards or whatever, and that whole stretch is along the road. But obviously, it's that thick hedge, but that's all it has. And not to have a security SUV outside along that road surprised me, given the fact that there was already an attempt on him before.
Yes, we know about that attempt in Butler in Pennsylvania.
Right.
After that, you would have expected at least the Secret Service to have scoped this entire area, to look for possible weaknesses, flaws. And would you say that perhaps the job wasn't done the way it should have been?
I'm surprised because as a layperson, I don't know how the security system works. I mean, if anything, the rest of the course, it's kind of inland. You can't really access it. That's the only stretch where there's access by the public because it's, like I said, it's a busy road. And again, it's about 200 yards. So all you can do is just park a SUV along the road. That should have sufficed. That's the only breach, I would say, or a weak link on the golf course. Otherwise, the golf course is very secure. When he plays, there obviously Secret Service behind him, like 6 or 7 carts. But that's all inside. The outside perimeter should have been secured, especially that stretch. So surprising, but not surprising.
I am the future that was born 100 years ago. I am the purpose that emerged with India's independence, to be a force for business that makes doing good our business, towards an independence where knowledge sets us free, to think big and achieve bigger, towards a future made perfect, and be a force creating abundance. Because independence is not a moment in history, it's a never-ending path to prosperity. Aditya Birla Group, a force for good.